Hello and welcome to How to Get a Good Start in Plug V2. Plug, build your empire IRL. Now here we are. We're going to go ahead and assume you skipped the tutorial. Now in the phone, the first option is families. As you can see, I created the ghost with the 420 tag. Feel free to join and the code will be down below. In here, you notice your phone will have recipes. This is what's going to show you how you can cook things, how you can make things, and the lines that you need to make in order to get this created and sold. Weed, just like in V1, mushrooms, nova, and most everything else that starts with a plant needs to be dried first, so anytime you make a farm, just know you'll be making a dryer as well. Now, farms and plantations tend to produce more than one dryer can handle, so you'll want to have to buy more, but the most important thing to have bought first is a bigger shop. You need to get that next level of laundry going before you can expand. So here we're taking a look at the different UIs and how they show different information now, showing us exactly how much is being made, allowing us to select as well what is being made. So that way, if we had multiple products going through like the same dryer, we can select what is being dried at that given time. As you see, we have Cuz's trusty laundromat. We have our own over here, which is laundering at 5K per cycle. And we've got our residence down here. This is where all the dealing happens here in V2 is going to be in residences. The safe house itself is just for reputation purposes. Reputation in this V2 is going to go ahead and increase the heat, but also increase who you meet and what you can do as far as recipes and things like that, and expansion into the game. Now, a lot of what you'll be doing is going to be taking a look at books, so this is going to be found in your phone under books. You can see 1 day, 3 day, and 7 day. But a lot of it's going to be spent looking at that map. Now, you'll notice we no longer have the mayor. We do have this guy named Marchetti, who you can cool spots down with. A con of using Marchetti is that he does take multiple days in between a cooldown, and you can only cool down one spot per attempt. So gone are the days of all the spots getting cool at once. Okay, now you see here we built up quite a stash, about 316 units of wet wheat, so we're going to want to kind of be tempted to buy another dryer. There's 3 levels of drying facilities, each doing 15 more than the next. As you see, the drying facility, which is your mid-ground, does 15 a cycle, while the drying warehouse will do 30 a cycle. This can be augmented again with the upgrades that were available in V1 being available in V2 for in-game money. The in-game dollars, not the real game dollars. Those are going to be found in your phone under boosts. Okay. You're seeing here that you can select different options on what you would sell in case you had different products. You can see your demand per day, your price, and how much you've sold for that day. You can see what lines are available. You'll want loyal clientele and quiet cover at all your residents to increase the profit margin by reducing the price it costs and by increasing the profit like how much you're making per sale. Yeah, that. So, like I said, there's 3 levels. You have the drying shed, which does the least amount, your drying facility, and then your drying warehouse. Then you have small lab, and then industrial lab. Kitchen as well. It will be found in this production line. Now, logistics will hold all your residences, your transport companies, and things of that nature, including your chem lab, which is used in mixing and making things for the labs. Now, whenever you use top up on your transport lines, you will have to make a line for everything you need moved because gone are the drivers. Whenever you use top up, it'll keep the drop off destination at its certain level. So if you say 300 like I am here, it'll do its best to keep it at 300 as long as there's available inventory to keep it at such. And whenever you open up a new dryer, new lab, or anything of that nature, you'll have to select what you want it to do. I suggest doing this before the product gets there, so that way there's no instant buildup and instant heat generation. This also helps whenever you're adding something new into an already existing line, as it'll go ahead and kick off after it gets that first load, no waiting for you to go and interact. The basic startup set that you need to make sure you have, no matter what, is one farm, one dryer, transport company, because laundromat, a shop, your safe house, and a residence. This will expand as you start growing into a second dryer. Whenever you get your second dryer, you'll want to set it to take about half the load from your farmhouse there, from your farm. Now, the farm, of course, is two levels. You got your farm, and then you have your plantation, just like in V1. Your laundering is in 3 levels, just like it was in V1. The newest thing added as far as export wise is the removal of smugglers and the addition of a ship port. That way you can send larger amounts via the sea. Gonna take a look at the books here. You can see that we're still making a profit, so that's a good thing. About 15.8K at this point on day 24. Just for reference, we do have the game in 2x. I have the video in 2x speed there for you. So that way we're not watching it at a minute per day. Because this would be already 25-minute long video. So taking a look here under the phone and on charts is the leaderboards. This is the family board. This has expanded greatly since I recorded this video. You'll also find the dealer board. Under the dealer board is where you're going to find your name and what you can set it to. It'll be set to something random. As you see here, I was Chill Otter when I was number 13. And then I went ahead and I edited and I fixed that. The little pencil right there. Yep, you just tap on that. And now you can change your name. Boop, ghost of jab. That's me. Okay. Now, since this, I have risen to number 7, so we'll go ahead and just, say that now. Dropped to 89 for a few days. It was wild. Yeah, towards the end, there's a little glimpse of like 100 a day, 125 or something like that after a lot of expansion, which will be a separate video on how to expand, really. This here is just kind of doing the balancing act to get your first starter area balanced. And once you do that, you'll kind of start to see a better flow of money as your residents stay stocked and can continue selling. I use warehouses to centralize the money and product for each area. So in this one, later on, I'll purchase a logistics warehouse. That way I can centralize and make sure that each of my steps is receiving the correct amount. So dryers receiving exactly where I want them to be. Residences staying where I want them to be. That helps with heat. It helps with keeping everything stocked and money flowing and all the products being produced. Centralization really does help. Transport companies are limited to 11 lines with their upgrades that are available in V2, the latest hotfix that was put out for it. This was recorded just a little bit before that hotfix came out. So as you see here, you're going to have to make a line for everything you want moved. Now that means dryers have 2 lines, residences have 2 lines. Farms have multiple lines. Now, this is just for when you don't have that storage unit. When you have that storage unit, all of a sudden now it takes 3 steps to get that wet or that dry somewhere. Because you gotta make a line from the farm to the storage to each of your dryers, then back to your storage, then down to your residence. Your residence has to send the money back. The money has to go out. Right? Now, that route optimizer upgrade is beautiful with a minus 50% daily cost. Makes it, so much easier to use them. Makes it so much less costly. About like what, 180 a day, I believe it is right now, to use one. So yeah, a lot better than the original 300 a day for transport companies. I like to use top up because it keeps everything at a nice level, keeps things moving, and shows me when there's a bottleneck of a product and or precursor. So we'll go ahead, we'll keep setting our lines, keep everything going. Another thing that we can bring up is the reputation and the people you can meet. Now, Marchetti, of course, the cop that you'll see here in a few minutes that we'll go ahead and use to cool down things, he can cool things down and he'll keep it cool, but then you're going to meet other people, right, as your heat rises. The first person you wind up meeting is going to be Commissaire Vidal. Now, this is a precinct captain. Okay, he helps to keep your operation running cooler. He helps produce, cooldown points for you daily. After that, hey, guess what? The mayor's back, but not like you thought before. These people that you have to put on payroll. You don't make payments to them whenever you want something cool. Commissar Vidal, he takes a portion. Right? The mayor, he wants payments. Simone Val, who you'll meet through doing an event, wants money. These people are now on payroll. They no longer take just a regular odd payment to do something. No, they want to be on your payroll. They're on your bankroll. Okay, when you do paychecks at the end of the week, you gotta pay them. Well, more like end of the day, because they are a daily thing. Okay. Whenever you get rated, it'll cost you a fee to reopen, but you can reopen. And this is where having your line set up will help keep you well underway. As you play, the more you play and more you sell throughout the day, your reputation will go up. Top rank being a cartel boss. This will allow you to buy bigger and bigger safe houses. Now, it's pure prestige. There's no bonus except for unlocking bigger events. Events are house party, charity gala, business dinner, and power move. Alright, and what this does for you is a house party will let you meet Doc Reyes, who's going to give you recipes for your mixer, for your kitchen, so that way you can make new precursors and new additives that you can use in your labs and then your mixer. Yeah. How fun is that? He gives you recipes to use in your chem lab. Let me correct that. The charity gala brings your heat down by 8 points a day. Your business dinner is where you're gonna meet Simone Valley. Simone Val helps you keep your residences in line by helping them pick the top product and top price to sell at. So that way it's no longer guesswork if you're sending multiple products to one residence. Other things that you're going to be able to find in your phone within the game is going to be the Discord. You can also send feedback, and there's also Market, which allows you to see the prices of things in different countries. Once you can find that, you'll be able to set up your smuggle routes via air, sea, and train. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Please join the Ghost family, and thank y'all for playing Plug with me.